We're already starting to see art being used as a generic vehicle to tell different types of stories. Leone has said in interviews that Terrifier 2 was his first real attempt to tell a meaningful story around Art the Clown. This isn't just a sign that he's maturing as a filmmaker, it's proof of concept that Art has what it takes to carry a franchise and be a lasting horror icon like Michael Myers. Audiences wanted more Art the Clown after The Ninth Circle, so Leone put him at the center of his 2011 short film Terrifier. Leone put the short on YouTube where it got noticed by producer Jesse Badgett, who convinced Leone to put The Ninth Circle and the Terrifier shorts together with one other short in a horror anthology that eventually became All Hallows Eve. Art the Clown is the glue that holds All Hallows Eve together. The myth of Art the Clown continued to grow along with Leone's budget, and in 2022, Terrifier 2 really put Art the Clown and the entire franchise on the map. There's now a third Terrifier in the works, and Art has begun to pop up in popular culture. They've put his face on ugly Christmas sweaters, and he even made a cameo appearance on Pete Davidson's show Bupkis. Art the Clown went from being an underground YouTube slasher to sharing an IMDb page with Edie Falco and Joe Pesci in the span of a decade. In a child's bedroom, we see a poster for an album by Animus called Dreamcatcher. This album came out in February of 2019, so it could be on a kid's wall in 2020. Steve Harrington, also known as King Steve or Steve the Hare Harrington, was likely born in the spring of 1966 to an upper-class family of Hawkins, Indiana. Steve's father ran his own business, though we never learn what that actually is. Steve would grow up in the public school system of Hawkins, attending the local elementary school, Hawkins Middle School, and in 1981, Hawkins High, where he would go on to be titled prom king along with many other markers of popularity. But this would also be the time where Steve gets a girlfriend who drags him down a road that would change his life forever, putting him in constant danger, bringing him through constant heartbreak, and constantly putting him in situations where he has to babysit for a bunch of nerdy kids. They say these are the years when you become an adult and find out who you really are, and for Steve, that could not be more true. There's no other character who goes through the transition to adulthood quite like Steve Harrington. To learn more about how King Steve became the ultimate broken stereotype, how he's a Stranger Things counterpart to another beloved character of 80s horror, and what really went on between seasons, stick around to the end of this video. After directing the first Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven was given the opportunity to direct the sequel. Craven never really wanted a sequel. In fact, the ending of the first one, where Freddy takes over the convertible, was done against his will. Still, he agreed to read the script for A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, didn't like the concept, or the scene with the exploding parakeet, and turned his focus back to the Hills Have Eyes franchise. This guy, Jack Schroeder, took the directing job, and apparently was so focused on fulfilling his duties that he didn't notice this subtext going on in the script.